Hi Lovebug, welcome back to my channel. This is Priya, your Love Plus Manifestation Coach. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my most powerful tip to manifest marriage. But before we get started, I want to make you aware of my brand new free masterclass, the proven 6-step formula to manifest your epic love life from within, that you can get instant access to right now by clicking the link below in the description box. Okay, let's now get back to the intention of this training, how to manifest marriage. Now, what I'm about to share with you here today is super freaking powerful because it will not only allow you to manifest marriage very quickly into your experience, it will also allow you to keep your marriage. So this is about creating and manifesting a marriage that lasts forever. Now, where I want to start with this today is I want to talk about the problem, okay, when it comes to marriage. And here it is. So many people, when it comes to getting married, are approaching it from the energy of, when I get married, now it means he's committed to me. When I get married, this means stability. When I get married, it means that now he really loves me. So what this means is that, a lot of people have this belief that marriage now means commitment, now means stability, now means deeper love. And so when people are looking for marriage, it's coming from the energy of, when I get married, it's going to give me this thing that I don't have. It's going to give me stability. It's going to give me commitment from him or her. And here's the thing about that. It's a trap. When you're approaching marriage from a state of consciousness of, being married means that now he or she really loves me. Being married means that now he or she is going to commit to me. What this means is that you're getting married from the energy of lack. And to go deeper into it, it means that you are going to have a very codependent relationship, because now it means that your happiness and your well-being and your ability to experience love in your life is completely contingent upon your partner. What your partner does, say, doesn't do, or doesn't say. And when your happiness and when your well-being is contingent upon something else outside of you, such as marriage, you become a victim to your circumstances. So what this really means in a nutshell is that a lot of people are getting married from the energy of lack. A lot of people are getting married from victimhood consciousness. A lot of people are getting married from the energy of, this marriage is now going to give me these things that I don't have. And I can tell you now that if you are getting married from this energetic approach, from this state of consciousness, whether, consciously or unconsciously, you are going to experience a lot of turbulence and a lot of contrast in your marriage. Because what it means is that you're getting married from an insecure place. So that means that these things that you're insecure about are still active within your vibration, right? For example, let's take an example here. If you're wanting to get married because now it means that, you're going to have commitment. Now, what this means is that you are feeling insecure about not having commitment in your relationship, and you believe that marriage is going to fix this, or that marriage is the answer. And so you can get married, but because that vibration is still active within you, because you haven't integrated this dense energy, it is going to show up in your relationship. You are going to feel insecure about certain things. So my message here is that you want to check in, where are you getting married from? What state of consciousness? Are you getting married from the state of consciousness of codependency, or from the state of consciousness of autonomy and sovereignty? So for me personally, on my own journey, when I was younger, I definitely thought that getting married meant that now, I'd have more stability, that now it meant that this person really loved me. And so I was in the energy of lack. And what happened was, I definitely played out a lot of contrast in my relationships with people because, I believed that love was coming from somewhere outside of me, right? But as I became more aware of universal principles and as I became more conscious of this, and this meant that I therefore turned inwards and began to understand that I am an expression of love, that love is something that is available to me 24/7, and that love is actually my natural state of being, I stopped looking for love in all the wrong places. Now, what this meant was that my happiness and my well-being was no longer contingent upon what somebody else is doing or saying outside of me. My happiness and well-being is contingent upon me, upon my connection to my divinity. And that this is something that I have control of. And this is the way that I live my life. And so what this meant is that when me and my husband first got together as a couple, and we then got to the position where we decided to get married, I was no longer getting married from the space of, oh, marriage now means commitment or stability, because I already felt stable, right? I already knew I was lovable, and I already knew that I was amazing, and like, duh, who wouldn't want to be with me? Okay, that's kind of like the state of consciousness that I was at. So when it came to getting married, the only reason why I got married was because I thought it'd be fun. That's it. I thought, oh my gosh, this would be so fun. If I'm in this 3D reality and I've incarnated into this physical body, it would be so much fun to have that experience of having a wedding and wearing a white dress and doing like the Hindu ceremony and all that stuff. But that's it, just purely for fun. I did not want to get married because now it meant, oh, now he's committed to me and now it means he really loves me, right? None of that stuff. And, some people think I'm weird when I share this, right? They're like, what? Just for fun? Because then their response is, oh, well, when I got married, it means now that, there's a deeper love and he really loves me and now he's committed and this and that. And I'm like, I just find it interesting because I'm like, marriage doesn't mean any of those things to me, right? Because my relationship with my husband is not contingent upon being married or not. Like, I wouldn't have cared if we didn't get married. The only reason why we did is just because I thought it would be a fun experience. That's it. Right? But either way, like, our relationship, the love in our relationship is not contingent upon whether we do or don't get married. Like, the love in our relationship is contingent upon our alignment with our higher self. And we are both very conscious and aware of that. So everything that we do is purely for the joy of it, because it's our highest excitement and because it's fun, not because it's going to give us anything, because we understand that our happiness and well-being comes from within, not from what is going on out there. So today I invite you to get real with yourself, and I want you to ask yourself, why do I want to get married? And be honest with yourself about this. Why do you want to get married? Is it because you believe that now your partner is committed to you? Is it because you believe that now your partner really loves you? Is it because you believe that marriage will fix something? Because if that is a state of consciousness that you are getting married from, then it means that you are in the energy of codependency. You're getting married from the energy of lack. And this means that you have certain frequencies and energies within you, of insecurity that is still active within your vibration that will play out in your marriage, because you're in that energy of codependency, right? Your well-being and your happiness is now dependent on what your partner does or doesn't do, is contingent upon getting married. So if that is the case for you, then I invite you to take a step back and to go within and to really find where your true power lies, and to know that you are lovable and that you are good enough and that you are worthy exactly the way that you are right now, married or not married. And once you begin to cultivate that practice of knowing this about yourself, this is now when you shift into the energy of sovereignty, into the energy of empowerment, into the energy of autonomy. This means that you are now self-sufficient in your happiness and in your well-being. And from this state of consciousness, if it still feels exciting to you, if it still feels fun to you to get married, then of course, do it. And I can tell you that if you decide and choose to get married from this state of consciousness, you will have a marriage that flows, that is harmonious, that is balanced, that feels delicious, that is very loving, and that, that is a very safe environment. Because you're getting married from that energy of wholeness versus from that energy of codependency. I can tell you from my own experience that the marriage that I have with my husband is honestly beautiful. It's honestly incredible. Like, it is really balanced. We're always in flow. It's harmonious. And it doesn't mean that we don't experience contrast in the relationship. Sure we do. But seriously, it is a blip in comparison to all of the good. And it's seriously a blip, and it's like very rarely. And if we do experience contrast, we are very good at managing our triggers and bringing ourselves back into alignment. And we understand that our triggers are for us. So today, my message is this. When it comes to marriage, you want to ask yourself this question: why do I want to get married? If the answer is because you believe that marriage will give you something that you are lacking right now, this is a sign that you are in the energy of codependency. And if you decide to go down that route, it's a valid choice, but just know that things will show up in your marriage or in that relationship to mirror back to you, to show you the insecurities that are going on within you, to show you what's going on within your internal state of consciousness. Now, alternatively, if you choose instead to take a step back and to say, you know what, I am going to go within, do the inner work, really get to know myself, to know who I am, and to empower myself and to cultivate this practice between me and my higher self so that I become self-sufficient in my happiness and well-being. And from there you decide, okay, you know what, I'd love to get married for the fun of it, for the experience of it. I think it would be great. I can tell you now that you are going to experience, you're going to create a marriage that lasts, that is harmonious, and that is balanced, and that is very loving. And I can tell you that the reason why a lot of marriages don't last is because of the energy of codependency in that marriage, right? People are looking for love in all the wrong places. People's happiness and well-being is contingent upon what their partner is doing or not doing, saying or not saying. When this occurs, there's a lot of stuff that you haven't yet healed or integrated within yourself, and therefore it is going to show up in your relationship. But my point here, or my message to you, is it doesn't have to be that way. If you first decide to become the greatest version of yourself and to get into the energy of wholeness, and that is my powerful tip here today, right, to manifest marriage. You don't just want to visualize and affirm, like, yes, you can probably, if you applied visualization and affirmations properly, you could definitely manifest marriage. But what will happen is, if you don't know how to manage your triggers, if you don't know how to get back into the energy of wholeness, when shit shows up in your marriage, you are not going to know how to manage it. You are going to go through a lot of turbulence, and maybe that marriage will come to an end. So it won't last. Now, conversely, if you take the time to get to know yourself and you take the time to do the inner work and to learn how to manage your triggers so that you can bring yourself back into alignment no matter what, and you become the greatest version of yourself, you will create a lasting marriage. It won't just, come into your life as easy as it goes, which is what happens if you just visualize and script, which is why I don't 100% resonate with just visualizing and scripting, because yes, it can get you the results, but it can easily flow out of your experience as quickly as it flowed into your experience if you don't know how to manage your vibration, if you don't know how to be self-sufficient in your happiness and in your well-being. So, to recap, my powerful tip to manifest marriage is this. Number one, you want to ask yourself, why do I want to get married? And number two is, if you are in the position where, the answer to that is, well, it's because I'm codependent. I'm believing that when I get married, this person will then commit to me, or this person, now it means this person loves me. Then you want to take a step back, and you want to practice becoming self-sufficient in your happiness and in your well-being, so that you become the greatest version of yourself, so that you are approaching marriage from a place of sovereignty, from a place of empowerment, and from a place of autonomy. This is what is going to allow you to create a loving, lasting marriage. Now, if you want a free resource on how to do this, I have a free training that I mentioned to you at the beginning, which is all about doing the inner work, which is all about learning how to shift and calibrate your vibration no matter what is going on outside of you in your external circumstances, which is all about how to manage your triggers. So you want to make sure that you get your hands on that free training if you want to learn how to become self-sufficient in your happiness and in your well-being. Thanks for watching this video about how to manifest marriage. Give me a thumbs up if it resonates for you. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post new videos around how to manifest your epic love life. Catch you soon.